Hi there, we're coming at you from Clifton's Republic. That is in downtown Los Angeles, and I do mean downtown. If you know where the Bradbury building is or Grand Central Market, we're right down from there. We're here today with Jason Summers, and he is the operations manager here at Clifton Republic. It's a great space. We're going to show you around.
So the oldest continuously running neon light in the world. This has been verified by the Guinness Book of World Records. We are a world record holder. And the funny thing about this is throughout history, there were different renovations and stuff going on, and they actually ended up walling this up and bricking it over. And it wasn't until 2012 when they were coming in to do some more renovations in the area that they started, taking the walls down. They actually found that this was still lit and still running, and they had no idea that it was even there.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And so from that point on, it started the verification process of like, wow, this must be super old, and we have it verified through Guinness Book. This has never been open to the public. We're looking at opening it sometime this year. This has the biggest collection of just antiques and stuff that you'll find throughout the entire building, so please feel free to explore and find out stuff that you like. I'll point out some of my favorites as we go along, first starting off with this lighthouse window right here.
Okay.
That just speaks to me, I really like that a lot.
So sneak peek, guys, you're getting it before the public does. So all the artifacts here are real. They've been verified. They were either here when they opened or were acquired along the way.
You're gonna love this part.
I love this one.
This is potentially the most expensive table you'll ever see. This is one of the largest geodes ever found on the planet that Andrew decided to turn into a table. It has been insured for over $1 million.
Holy moly.
So as we come into the main part of the shadow bar right here, shadow box, you can see kind of...
Look at this detail.
Oh my goodness.
Now one of the things that I really want to point your attention to is our dinosaur eggs.
Yes, I was coming over here to these.
So these are sauropod eggs. They have been MRI'd, and there actually are fully fledged embryos within some of them. Cafeterias back in the 30s had a different connotation to what we think of them now. They're actually a little bit more upscale.
Okay.
So it would be ready prepared food for people, but it would be a little bit more upscale. It would be something that's actually like, oh, I actually want to go to this thing. It's not, like, oh, hey, it's just cafeteria food. All of the trees, rocks, animals, all of that, the murals is all part of the original design and vision of the building. This fountain over here is actually coming off from a full functional waterfall. But the fountain itself used to be filled with limeade back in the 30s. And they would just come in with their cups, scoop it in, and be able to have that.
So you can just come and refill your drink as you wish.
Come and refill your drink as you wish. And obviously in a post-COVID world, that is not something that will ever exist again.
Another view of the bar area and the tree. This place is amazing.
We have a little secret over here to the left as well. A lot of people miss this one.
This one thing, I like all the little nooks and crannies you have for people to sit.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're not all...
It's not, you don't have to be all part of
no.
the elbow to elbow. You can go in and... All right. So...
What a view from here.
There's a little room right down there if you want to go into the look. Really.
Little secret.
Little secret.
Hi. Oh, that's this. I photographed it from downstairs.
Yeah. I can hold that if you need me to, or?
I'm gonna take it with me.
Okay. So that little secret room right there is really fun. It's not very big, so I'm not going to go down there with you, but the room itself inside there is...
So it's called the Stone Chapel?
Yep. And to the right up there, that's where the Yeti is. He's kind of standing on the ledge up there. But then...
Oh, there is a Yeti up there, look at that.
If you look around, you'll see like beer cans, you'll see some people walking through hiking.
Oh, and a replica of the tower up there.
Yep.
This is the Peacock Lounge. Founded in 1931, Clifton's Cafeteria was the second in a chain of theme restaurants founded by Clifford Clinton. The cafeteria food was simple but affordable with his pay-what-you-want model. He considered it a very Christian thing to do during such hard financial times. The elaborate decor was to give himself an edge in the market and provide a place to escape for the people of LA.
So there are hidden quotes throughout the room as well. I only know about two that are visible. The rest are either behind pictures or curtains or something like that. The other one is going to be behind the piano over here that I found. So it's right there.
Oh yeah, I rarely see it. So it's Believe You Can and you're halfway there.
Bradbury booth. It's named that because Ray Bradbury actually was a huge part of our culture back in the day. Back in the 30s and 40s, there was a writers group that would all kind of meet here. And they would share stories and help edit each other's stuff, you know, give creative input. Both the pulpit and the wood are taken from the same church. It was a 1600s era cathedral over in Pennsylvania. So that's where we got our wood here and the DJ pulpit. Now while we're in this bar, this has actually my favorite thing in the entire building. Alright, so the meteorite is part of the Campo del Cielo strike in Argentina, which happened about 5,000 years ago. There are about 26 different impact locations in the area. Collectively, they comprise the largest meteorite we've ever found, with over 100,000 tons of material being excavated from that. So this is just a small piece of that. You can find the largest piece of that over in the Smithsonian. It's going to take up about the space of this entire room.
Clifton's Republic was open for 74 years. Andrew Myram bought the property from the family in 2010 with the vision of reopening it in style. As of now, it's open Thursday through Saturday, 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. and for special events.
Alright, so this is where we had the aerials come out of the trees and set up their rigging and everything like that, do their soap performances, do like some trapeze or something like that, just as comedy and entertainment. That's something that we don't do during public showings as of yet. We're still in only phase 2 of our operational opening, but for private parties and everything, we're going to go for that. So.
It's supposed to be like, oh, there's a feast for your eye, whatever, you haven't looked.
With an almost full run of every floor, you could spend several visits just trying to see all that there is to see, especially as more areas of the building reopen. Fortunately, there are lots of seating areas on each floor, so you can rest up between searches and hang out with your friends. There is no cover on Thursday, but is $20 on Fridays and Saturdays, and there is basic bar food and the obligatory pricey LA drinks to enjoy along with the fun DJs.
Alright, so there are 8 Disney Easter eggs within the map room. I haven't found all of them, but the reason that they're there is because we have a long history with the Disney family. In fact, in the 30s and 40s, this would be one of Walt's favorite hangouts. And after his death, his family actually came and presented a commemoration to the Clifton family for being so inspirational to creating Walt's further vision. He was so inspired by the ability of this building to transport people to a different place. He wanted to create his own space that did the exact same thing. So this is part of the inception for Disneyland, Disney World, and everything that happened there. One of the biggest things that we can see as far as the Easter egg that we can see easiest, look at the moon, look straight up and to the right, you see the clouds are a different color. You can see that that looks a very striking resemblance to a very famous mouse. So this is Joe. He is a Mayan god of prosperity and wealth. He is 1,600 years old, and he comes excavated directly from the Mayan temple.
Oh my goodness.
One of the most expensive pieces in the building, and you can just hang out and touch it.
So remember everybody, what we told you in the beginning is that all of these have been authenticated. So this is a DJ booth now.
This is a DJ booth. We have our DJ pulpit, from the 1600s, and we have the DJ sitting in the Chris Craft original from the 1935. Andrew, amongst owning this building, owns several other buildings. One of them being Charlie Chaplin's old apartment. And so, rather than turn that space into a space for the public, he just decided to bring some of that space to the building. So Clifford Clinton, though I said to you earlier, Kat, that he was extremely a religious man, was not a man without fault. So he actually had a mistress.
Ooh, intrigue.
The mistress, his wife found out about it and wanted to commit suicide. And he's like, no, I'm the one who messed up. I'll commit suicide. And she said, no, you're my reason I have money. You're the reason that we're rich. So you can't commit suicide. And so we have to find a way of working around this thing. So she found a way to accept the mistress. And the mistress actually started going on family trips and becoming just a part of their family. Their kids would intermingle now, and they just became a blended family that way.
Don't miss the sidewalk right at the entrance to the building with its mosaics depicting the landmarks of Los Angeles. If you look closely, you'll see the original name of the cafeteria, Clifton's Brookdale. Our thanks to Jason and to Clifton's for this very special behind-the-scenes tour. This place is amazing. With one last look at Clifton's from the convenient parking garage right across the street, we headed for Lancaster in search of poppies. Okay, so we made our way out to Lancaster for one reason. Okay, maybe two. We're still looking for the poppies. But right now, we are on the musical highway. So if it all works out right, in a minute here, you're going to hear the William Tell Overture. Okay, so you want to take it at 50 miles an hour, and it works better for us with the windows closed because the wind was too much. Here we go. That is weird, Kat. Okay, we have to admit, that was fun. What a fun little experiment to find out here on Avenue G in Lancaster. Like I said, 50 miles an hour, windows up, we could hear it beautifully. Hope you could too. On our way to try to find poppies. We arrived at the reserve and found beautiful scenic views, but no poppies that were not fully blown. There is a parking fee, so we decided not to go to the interpretive center and just return another year when the poppies were in full bloom. The wildflower season usually spans from mid-February through May, so we thought our timing of mid-April would be perfect, but due to climate change, the weather was so different this year that it pushed the season so that the poppies were in full force a month earlier than normal. I think it was lucky that we found any still in bloom, much less this whole field of them. You can see that this is still the high desert. This whole reserve is considered to be the Mojave Desert grassland habitat. And as such, there are lots of desert animals there, such as meadowlarks, mice, kangaroo rats, and yes, rattlesnakes, as you walk the 8 miles of trails. Mojave green rattlesnakes are not aggressive and will warn you to back off slowly with their rattles. The park is open year-round, sunrise to sunset, and there are paved sections of the trail to make it more accessible, as well as benches and even a few picnic tables to enjoy these beautiful views. So apparently this time of year at the Antelope Valley Poppy Preserve, you have to really look for what poppies are left over. Most of them are gone, but as you saw, there are still lots to be found. You just have to kind of search for them a little bit. Sorry the wind is so loud here. No way to do any sort of real voice recording out there. It was just crazy loud. But it was fun to actually find them. So I'm going to leave you some more photos from this area so you can see just how really beautiful it is. We're going to close out this video of LA and of the desert trip. That's the last one from this trip, but we have so much more to come in this season. So take care, safe travels, and we'll see you next time. Next up is our 6-date 7 national park trip, and first up is Lassen National Park. So make sure to subscribe and follow along as we share with you some truly amazing views of our western United States.